Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to our monthly live stream. We got a ton of news that came out of Destination D23 that we're going to be going over all sorts of things coming into the parks and changes and updates. So we're going to talk about that. I've got 4 packages here to open up. I've got some news out of Silver Dollar City for the channel and a few other things. And we got a lot of stuff to cover. And plus, it's a free-for-all Ask Me Anything. So hey, y'all got to have some fun here and let's get some good questions. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go for it. Okay, so they're already talking about singing in the channel. How many of you just sung along with the theme music? Do 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 do. Okay, um, I don't know. Is that really singing when you're just going do 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 do? I don't know. So, yes, I am feeling better. I did take some time over the last couple of weeks and just kind of rest and recoup and try to get focused back on everything. So, yeah, so yes, I am doing a little bit better. Gaming with James throws out a question right off the bat. Someone posts a video saying that she is a Disney character. Is that against the rules? Don't want to defer the question, but I do actually have a video I am planning. So here's your first bit of channel news that I am planning for next week, where I am actually going to, if you will, drop the curtain a little bit. And I'm going to talk about what it's like to work as a character with the characters. And some of that stuff, I'm not going to totally drop it, but it's definitely going to have some bits and pieces of it that are not safe for magic. So, and that is actually one of the parts I'm going to be covering. So, watch next Thursday and you'll have it. And my camera is just going to play games with the focusing, isn't it? Let me see if I back up, if maybe it'll stop coming in and out. So, but yes, there will be some stuff not safe for magic that I think will be a lot of fun and should hopefully figure out. Let's see, just kind of glancing at the checks here. Parker, hi, bye. Thanks for being here. Not safe for magic is better than not safe for Craig. I don't know. They're both kind of fun personally. But excited about everything that's coming out. And so we're going to kind of jump in. Colin is asking, let's see. So if you could resurrect any extinct Disney attraction, which would it be? I think I did that at once. The only problem with that question is it almost becomes a favorites kind of thing, and favorites are tough. I've actually talked about the favorites things before. But I'll think about that one. Because there's a couple things. I can think of stuff like the People Mover at Disneyland, Adventures to Inner Space. I'd love to see that come back. And I'm actually, in fact, in all of this news I've got, I'm actually going to talk about one that is coming back. So, hey, wouldn't that be cool? Brendan, wouldn't it be the original Journey to Imagination? I never saw the original. And yeah, here I am wearing the shirt. I didn't see the original and I didn't see the second version. So I can't really say much about that. I've seen videos of it, but did y'all hear that Engine 43 is back? Yes. Silver Dollar City yesterday finally brought back 43. It's done with its rehab. I love 43. 43 is a great engine. So Josh, do you think the new Fire in the Hole ride at Silver Dollar City would be better than the similar ride? Yes. So okay, Blazing Fury, which is the Dollywood version, is a copy of the original Fire in the Hole. Not as good because it doesn't have the history. It's just a tribute to firefighters. So already I lean towards the original Fire in the Hole, and now they're updating it and everything. Oh yeah, new one's going to be better than Blazing Fury. Weaponized Toast. What happened to 43? So one of the things Silver Dollar City does now that it has 5 engines is it rotates them, and it'll pull one off and send it out for major rehab, getting the boiler redone, and cleaned out and everything else. And that's what happened with 43 is it was just getting a long overdue major overhaul that it needed. And it's back and all spruced up and looks great. So, um, so let's see. There's all sorts of stuff that has come out. So I'm going to jump right into the Destination D23 stuff because there's a lot. But again, I've got mail. I have a couple other announcements coming from Silver Dollar City with the channel and stuff like that. And I'm actually even pause in the middle of this whole deal and see how it goes. So I'm going to kind of drop down there, and we will see how this goes. Because there was, goodness, how many do I have here? I've got 14 different things that they talked about. So let's jump in. The first one, Ahsoka is becoming part of the Star Tours next spring. One of the things I do love that they've done with Star Tours is they've added in a variety of different scenes that can switch in and out. And I do like that. I'm not quite sure what, I can guess 1 or 2 planets they might bring in from Ahsoka or bringing the character in. So I think that's cool. I do wish they'd done Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka. She was the original voice actress. But I like adding options and changes. So for me, this is kind of a cool little addition. So no problem here. Like that. I know some of these things some people were kind of upset about, and so I will talk about that. But yeah, so neat, new little neat addition to Star Tours, a new option. Asha from Wish is coming to Epcot, Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris. So Disney has finally learned from their major failure with Frozen when they put the movie out, didn't have the characters in the parks, didn't have anything set up for them, and then the movie took off and they went, oh, maybe we should have done something. So now before the movie is out, they've got the characters coming into the park. So Asha's already been announced. And I don't know much of anything about the movie yet. I'm kind of waiting to see. But it is nice that they're actually thinking ahead this time. So hopefully it'll be good. I know they've had a hard time. Disney movies the last couple of years have just not been the same quality. A lot of it because they're just doing remakes or yeah, that's a whole nother deal. I would love to see them come up with something original, and hopefully this will be it. They've tried a couple of them. Raya and the Last Dragon, I think, was the one. That was disappointing. Pixar's last movie was disappointing. It's kind of like, guys. So I'm hoping that they will bring that back up again. So let's see here. We've got a couple questions. Let's see. Thanks for telling me. I figured that was the case. And there's actually 13 casual waiting for its overhaul. Yep. So yeah, they'll rotate the engines in and out. Craig is wanting to bring back the Great Movie Ride. Okay. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that one. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Horizons, and World of Motion. Never been on the other 3. I've heard Body Wars was supposed to be pretty cool too. But yeah, there's a lot of things that were at Epcot that I never got to experience. Any news of Space 220 is going on the Disney dining plan? I have no idea. Not a clue. Sorry. Yeah, Lightyear was the bomb. Yeah, bombed. They've had a number of bombs. Gaming with James, have you stayed at Dollywood Hotel? Last time I was at Dollywood, they hadn't even announced the resort, let alone built it. So, nope, haven't been there. Sorry. But I think that's the questions. Hey, keep them coming. I love the questions. Makes it fun. All right, so let's get back to let's see. Oh, Brendan, Body Wars and Cranium Command would be great to have back. Got to experience both of them. I didn't get to experience all of them. I didn't get to Disney World for the first time until 2006. Really, right before I started working there. So there's a lot of that stuff I never got to experience. Wish I did. All right. So Hatbox Ghost is finally coming to Walt Disney World. Finally. This, by the way, is my picture of the Hatbox Ghost in Disneyland. And so when are they bringing it in? After Halloween. Like, Urgh. I'm happy they're finally bringing it. It's a cool figure. It really is. But yeah, November, late November, good. It's a Thanksgiving gift. But yeah. But at least it is finally coming. It is an original effect they wanted to do originally, and it never worked right. And then with modern electronics, they figured out how to make it work and brought it back in, and it's really cool. So, yeah, very excited about that. So, let's see here. Not so. Not so scary is selling out, so they don't need Hatbox right now. That's well, it wouldn't be added for not so scary. It's just Halloweenish. Not so scary sells out like crazy, anyways, because it's the best festival there. So, Brendan, guess that was the earliest they could get him built and installed. I think more it's because they didn't want Haunted Mansion closed during all the not so scary parties, because that would be really unpopular. So they're waiting until after the not so scaries are done, and then they'll take the 2 or 3 weeks at the beginning of November to install it. So that's pretty much why. Let's see here. So, next one on the list is the Country Bears. This may be the most controversial thing that they announced. They are changing the show. First, you can see Liver Lips is changing his name to Romeo McGrowell. Okay. And then they're changing it to Disney songs that have been countrified and getting rid of pretty much everything it does now. So no more Blood on the Saddle, no more Mama Don't Whoop Little Buford, no more all the other stuff. I've got really mixed feelings. I love Country Bears. I just have a ton of fun with it because it's so off the wall. But at the same time, it's aging, it's dated. So it needs a refresh and an update, but I'm kind of like, I it's going to be interesting to see. This could go very well, or it could flop really badly. So I'm I'm hoping they do it well. I really am. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's definitely kind of going, oh, I don't want to see the old one go. So we'll see. I'm kind of taking a wait and see on it, kind of like I'm doing with Tiana's River Adventure. I loved Splash, but I understand why it had to go, and I'm kind of in the same boat here. But it means I'm not going to be able to bug people singing at the show anymore. Sorry, Megan. And if you don't know about that, Megan got stuck sitting next to me last time we were there, and she'd never been to Country Bears before. It was very entertaining. But yeah, it should hopefully it'll be good, but it could be a flop. Please be good, please. Okay. Third attraction at Avengers Campus is coming, and this is actually the image of the ride vehicle that they released. You are jumping through time and space, and this is the vehicle you're riding in. It looks cool. I hope that the ride is cool. Hope it's not just screens. The Spider-Man web crawlers at Disneyland is a neat ride once or twice, but then you get sick of doing this, and it's just weird. But it does look like it'll be a really cool ride. They haven't said much else about it other than here's the ride vehicle. It's going to be the third attraction at Avengers Campus. We will see. I hope so. Let's see. Craig's commenting, Disneyland's Vacation Hoedown was my favorite Country Bear show. Yep. I never got to see that one, but I have heard that a lot of people did like it. So, Courtney, I feel like I'm in the same boat on both too. Yep, the wait and see. Craig, you won't sing at New Country Bears? Well, it depends upon the music, and if I know it, and if I like it. I'll probably still sing. I sing everything. Um, yeah, I just, especially if there's people around who I know don't want me to sing. Although I won't ruin a ride. I won't do that. But oh yeah, Judy was here early, real early. So, Gaming with James. I keep hearing that Disneyland's going to stop doing fireworks. The only way that'll happen is if California makes them illegal. Nope, too many people like fireworks. They are reducing the number of fireworks. Absolutely, they're going to more of the video shows, the projections and stuff like that. But no, there will still be pyro. Absolutely. David, ever plan to hit up the Wisconsin Dells? So I kind of have a standard answer to those things. Let me see if I actually still have it on the banner here. I don't see it anymore. So there's a ton of places I would love to go. Wisconsin Dells is one of them. There's places in Europe. I haven't been still to parts of New England. I haven't been to Silverwood. I'd love to go. Time, budget, and unfortunately, age is starting to catch up too. So sure, but do I have plans? No, not at this point. I wish. I wish. Josh, so I prefer sitting in the back or the front of roller coasters. Depends upon the coaster. Some in the front, some in the back, some more in the middle towards the front. It really varies based on the coaster. And there's some that I'll do both or anywhere. So there isn't really a single answer to that. Yeah. For example, Phoenix, I like being in first car, third row, but I also like being in the back. At the same time, Twister at Knoebels, I like the front much better. I'm just trying to think here. Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City, I prefer the back. Outlaw Run, I prefer closer to the front. Powder Keg is more of a front for me. Wildfire, I could do the back. So yeah, it really it kind of varies. So Craig, yeah, 15 minutes for the big two queues. Favorites and when are you going to? And hello, Daily Swift. How are you doing? What are your thoughts on how likely it is that all these things are done? A lot of stuff announced at recent D23s have been canceled or indefinitely postponed. They actually joked about that at this one. There was a discussion between the lead Imagineer and Josh D'Amaro about how they need to stop announcing stuff that isn't going to happen and quit doing the pie in the sky. So I think everything you're seeing here, most of it has dates attached. And I think they've got definite plans. So I think almost everything we're seeing here is actually going to happen. So, Craig, I prefer your old answer to, when are you going to? Okay, so if you don't know, my old answer was, when are you going to pay for me to go? Because my budget doesn't have it. So yeah, that's kind of the joke. I don't really expect you to pay for me to go. All right. Okay. So anyways, let's jump back in to our slideshow here, because we're not even quite halfway through what they've announced. So they've also announced a new Pirates Club in Adventureland. So those of you who really liked the bar restaurant over in Galaxy's Edge, they're doing another one in Adventureland with a pirate theme. Now, Galaxy's Edge, everybody wants to hit, kids, adults, and everything else. They're trying to make this one a little bit more adultish, but come on, what little boys don't want to be pirates? But I think it's a good idea. Now, it does allow them to expand alcohol sales in the parks where there used to be no alcohol. So I do struggle with that a little bit. I got no problem if you want to drink. I just don't like how people respond to it in parks. That's going to be another video coming up soon. Why I don't think you should drink in the parks. And I know some people need it, feel they need it. They really don't. They don't. But this actually looks like it'll be really cool. I actually know the site that they're going to put it at Magic Kingdom already. And this is definitely going to be a done deal. So it should be really cool. It's something, even though I don't drink, I would definitely like to stop in and check it out. So let's see, hitting a couple more questions here. When do you think Silver Dollar City will be done with the parking lots? If you don't know, they're doing a major overhaul of the parking lots. It's a 2-year plan. So this year they're getting a lot of it done, but it's not going to be finished till the end of next year. So really you're looking 2025 before it's actually finished. So Ryan Idius, to be fair, COVID messed with a lot of stuff. COVID caused some cancellations, but they also announced a number of things that were just in concept and not actually firmed up yet. And they've done that a few times, including, for example, their Behind Thunder Mountain that they announced last year at D23, that all it was just pie in the sky stuff. And now they're backing off on that. That's one thing the lead Imagineer was giving him a bad time. It's like, don't be talking about that because we don't know what it's going to be. So, but yeah, some things like the Mary Poppins carousel. Yep, that's what that was killed because of COVID. So, let's see here. Greg, arr, matey, I'm curious to see the club. Oh, you know what? 9 days ago, National Talk Like a Pirate Day, and I missed it. Arr. All right. Daily Swift asked in the comments in the last character video, do the characters still do the thing where they cover their eye and put their hand up in case of emergency? Short answer, yes, but long answer, there's more to it than that. And you may have missed the beat. In fact, I know you jumped in a little late. I'm going to have a video next Thursday where I'm actually going to drop curtain a little bit and talk about some of those kinds of things, the schedule, the changing clothes, some of the stuff like that, and let you know a little bit about how it works without necessarily crossing into areas I shouldn't, but it will have some not safe for magic stuff. So I'll talk about that more Thursdays. So look for that next Thursday. Good reason to keep watching the videos. Let's see here. Gaming with James, you've been watching a lot of these rumor things. Be careful. A lot of these rumor sites are just full of hooey. Like the ones that say that they're building a new Disney park in Texas. Nope. Mark, what's your opinion of the bear that snuck into Walt Disney World for free? It sets a bad precedent. I don't know. I think he probably would have been a good president. Oh, you weren't talking about politics precedent. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can barely resist the temptation to start telling bear jokes. It's kind of unbearable sometimes. Oh, I don't know. I'll just have to grin and bear it. Okay. Let's see here. So, okay. Let me get back onto track here. Let me get to our next announcement that they made. Moana Garden opens October 16th. This is actually one of the things that they had announced, and then it got rumored that they had canceled it, and then they brought it back, and it is finally just about finished. So Moana will finally have her own meet and greet area, and Moana will have a pretty garden area at Epcot. How on earth it fits the theme of Future World in that part of the park, I don't have any stinking clue. I think it would have fit better in Fantasyland. But, you know, Epcot Studios, we don't know what their theme is anymore. Let's just stick stuff in. Guardians of the Galaxy in the Energy Pavilion? Sure. Moana in the Future World? Uh-huh. It's going to be beautiful. I'm happy they finally got Moana in the park. Way overdue. She's one of our favorites. It was dumb she wasn't. By the time they're done with Epcot remodel, they need to give it another name. Call it Random World. Random World Showcase. There we go. Josh, have you heard of the new theme park being built in Oklahoma called the Heartland? Okay, let me talk about this one just a little bit. So this company that has announced this big, huge theme park that's going to bring in 4 million people a year, and they're going to spend $6 billion on. This is the same thing, same company that announced a major park for Branson that then disappeared and went nowhere. They announced a major park for Texas that never broke ground. 4 million people a year. That is the attendance of Silver Dollar City and Six Flags Over Texas and Frontier City combined. It's not going to pull 4 million people a year. What's the first thing that they're going to build if they actually build it? An RV park. I know people are all excited about this, but until it's getting built, don't believe it. Personally, I look at this company, I think they're full of hooey. When you're wanting to say you're going to build a theme park that's going to draw 4 million people and you're starting with an RV park, yeah, I've heard of a lot of parks getting built over the years. Six Flags going to build a park in Florida. Cedar Fair will build one in Florida. Disney in Texas. Disney in Virginia. Disney in Missouri. Some of these are actually old ideas that never happened. Oklahoma's had a number of them. I don't believe it. So, Ryan Idiot's management seems to think the theme of all the parks is whatever property they want to shove in front of people next. This is a Chapek thing. When you have a retailer in charge of imagination, he has no imagination. It's shoving products. It's why I'm happy he's gone. The problem is all of this stuff was happening under him, and it can't really be reversed. Yeah. So, okay. Is the jury still out on Universal Texas? So what they've announced in Texas, and they haven't broken ground on it yet, is essentially a kids park. Universal, I put a little more stock in because it's actually a real company and can really do stuff and has actual finances. But again, they still haven't broken ground. So we'll see. We'll see. Yep. And Future World no longer exists. That's true. They did change the names. They did throw labels on that really were kind of random. I don't know. It's still, they don't know what the park is anymore, so we'll just throw random names on it. What do I think about Disney Treasure? I like Treasure. Feel free to send Treasure to me. Okay. I'm not familiar with what you're referring to, Gaming James. So you've got to give more details there. All right, let's jump back in. Next slide. I'm actually looking forward to this. Luminous at Epcot. So we finally have a permanent successor to Illuminations. We now have Luminous that supposedly is not going to have the huge taco barges and the giant octopus from outer space attacking all the world pavilions. I actually liked Harmonious. I thought it was a great show. I hated what it did to the lagoon during the day. It was a good show, though. But I'm excited about this, and we should be able to see it in February. So looking forward to seeing this, and the little tiny bit I saw, it looks good, and Epcot needs a new permanent show. It really does. So, Craig, Treasure, the new cruise ship. Since I haven't been on any of the Disney cruises, that falls into the, hey, do you want to pay? I've been on the boat. I got on one of the boats for 6 hours to film commercials. That's as close as it's been. I've never been on a cruise, so I can't really talk about cruise ships. Yeah. But Luminous looks like it's going to be really cool. And looking forward to a unique nighttime show. So that's cool. Test Track being reimagined. Can we say Disney is finally going, oh, we screwed up the ride. We took what was a great ride and we basically removed all the thematic elements and left a generic. So they're actually working with Chevrolet, the car company again, to actually put in a ride that hopefully will be a little bit more memorable and fun, because what's there now is just, if you got to experience the old Test Track when you were the crash test dummy, goodness, it made sense. It flowed. It was memorable, and they took care of it better. I'm happy for this. Absolutely happy for this. looking forward to them actually doing it right. So that's my hope. But overdue. Love that they're basically admitting that they failed on this initially, and that they're coming back. Craig comments, I did enjoy Test Track 2's Tron vibe. But yeah, especially with the Tron coaster over at Magic Kingdom now, it really shows just so happy that they're doing that. It needed it. It absolutely needed it. New show under the Tree of Life, Zootopia. So this is interesting. So this is going to be where it's tough to be a bug is right now. And last time we were there were a lot of the effects not working. The projectors weren't quite lining up, so you didn't get the 3D effect quite right. The spiders didn't come down. The fog effect didn't work. Honestly, when I worked at Disney, I can't see them even running the show the way they were running it, with so much not working. So they're going to finally replace and update the show, which it was time. They're going to bring in Zootopia, which I find very interesting, because here's one of the things that we were talking about. Last year at D23, they basically implied that they were going to convert Dino Land over to Zootopia. And again, this is the pie in the sky. Here's kind of what we're thinking about. And people didn't like it for good reason. What they laid out looked dumb. So they have totally revamped that. Now they've actually got a plan to replace Tough to Be a Bug, and they've got Zootopia coming in. Instead of a whole land, they've got a show. I think this will work better. So it should be interesting to see. If there's anything on here that gets canceled, I would say it'll be this, but I think that this is going to be a good idea. So, yeah, Craig, instead of B mode, Bug was in D- or so. It was terrible how much didn't work. It was really disappointing. So, yeah. So hopefully, I think it's got to be an improvement over what's in there right now. Got to be an improvement. Josh, Disney needs to bring back Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. It was fun, but it's dated. I think they would need something else there that would be better. So, hope the new show isn't going to poke and prod the audience like Tough to Be a Bug did. I thought that was kind of funny, but you need to not terrify the little ones. So, oh boy. Guest just came up to me and was telling me that Flooded Mine reminds him of pirates and that Disneyland has gotten rid of it. There ain't no way Disneyland get rid of it. These are the kinds of people you're just like, wow, I don't know where you heard your stuff, but okay. Anyways, since they're not doing Zootopia, now they're talking about reimagining Dino Land, putting in Encanto, retheming Dinosaur to Indiana Jones, which is totally ironic because the original ride at Disneyland is Indiana Jones. And then when they put it into Animal Kingdom, they gave it a new theme to fit into that area. So are they going to basically turn it into a copy of Disneyland's, or is it going to be unique? I have no idea on this. This is really the pie in the sky one. So there is stuff here that may or may not happen. Dino Land can go. I like that they're bringing in the Americas, which is really kind of what they're trying to do with it, and give this Aladdin and South America feel. So I do like that, because you've got Asia, you've got Africa, so this is good. But yeah, I'm kind of with Megan. So sad about the fall of Dinosaur. It just, as Brendan says, it's not going to make it. It's not going to make it. And if you don't get the reference, you need to go ride Dinosaur before it's gone. I like Dinosaur. I know a lot of people don't like Dinosaur. So I understand. And like I said, the area around it has got to go. I wish they had brought back the idea of Beastly Kingdom and gone with that. Dinosaur could have still fit in there, but oh well. So, but this will definitely be an improvement. absolute improvement. Just about anything is an improvement. I would say a parking lot be an improvement, but half of it's already a parking lot. So, all right. Almost to the end. Figment is returning. Yay! So people said Figment never used to meet. Yes, Figment did used to be there, and it's almost the exact same costume. So this was our first couple years at Disney, and you can see Figment is out meeting people, and my kids getting autographs. So yeah, so excited to see Figment back. So Christian, not sure how Indiana Jones is connected with animal conservation. Yeah, but like you said, Disney doesn't seem to care about theming consistency. They'll probably do something in there like snakes. We have to keep snakes. Snake. I don't know. Craig, we did Dine with an Imagineer once, and they had just finished a plus project on Dinosaur. That'd be going. Yep. Dinosaur will be around September 24. I don't know. They did not. I didn't see any dates mentioned with that. And then Josh actually asked, "What did you think? What do you think the Econo attraction will entail?" No idea. They did not give any details. That's what I say. This will be the one thing that's kind of pie in the sky. We will see what happens with that land. But yes, just use your imagination. And if it looks like a purple dragon, well, hey, he would fit there just as well. So, and then last, Soaring Over California is back for a short time. Best version of Soaring, and I think they're finally starting to realize that. I hope, maybe. But Soaring, when you ride around the world and then you ride California, and I was blessed last year that I had a chance to ride both within like a couple months. California is such a drastic difference. So much better, clearer, easier to see. And so what I wish they would do, you've got 3 theaters in Florida and you have 2 in California. Why don't they split them and put California in one of the theaters at both and let people choose? Do you want to go around the world or do you want to go to California? I think they're afraid that they would see everybody going to California and world wouldn't be getting the views. But I am happy to see that. I think it's only back for like 2 or 3 weeks. It may be a test. There's a part of me that really hopes that they're reevaluating, going, do we bring it back for good? Do we keep it? So I hope so. Let's see. No news on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They showed a couple of the figures. It's in process. They didn't talk very much about Tiana. So yeah, not a whole lot there. Megan, I love a casita walkthrough with all the family members' rooms. That would be cool. Although walkthroughs, the only real walkthrough Disney has is the tree houses. So, and those are kind of static. I think they want something a little bit more involved. So, here the Mickey Mouse is going to be public domain in 24. Oh, yes, some people really wish they would, but if you notice, they're making new Mickey cartoons. They've actually taken the Steamboat Mickey, which is the one that would be public domain, and he is actually in the trailers of some of the modern movies. So that way they can essentially use him as a trademark and he can't be used otherwise. Yes, copyrights are starting to fall out where Disney wouldn't own the Steamboat Willie cartoon anymore. But as far as other people making imitations of it, they still couldn't do that. But it would be free distribution. So that's kind of what's happening. Disney has been masterful at working the copyright and trademark laws. Yep. Jacob, what about the Light Motors action or the backlot tour at Hollywood Studios? You mean where Galaxy's Edge is, which should have been over at Magic Kingdom? I've got a whole deal. I think I've talked about, if you go back and you look at my, if I created a theme park resort, I actually talk about my feelings about what they did to studios and how it's changed and everything. So yeah, Epcot and studios have no idea what they are anymore. There's no identity to the parks. And it's not going to get better. So I like what's in the parks. I love the rides and attractions and the areas, but the overall theme of the park is nothing there anymore. So, Craig, on a similar vein, I would like if they had a Tower of Terror elevator that had scheduled times that T4 was disabled and lowered riders at a slow rate instead of random drops. For those that didn't like drops, it would be kind of neat if they come up with a way that you could do it without that. So I understand that. It'd be fine with me, but I don't know. They'd have to work around scheduling. Okay, so I'm going to start working on the mail here. I still have the Silver Dollar City announcements to do. I haven't forgotten those. But this one was sent by Brendan, and he had a special request that I had to make sure Craig was on. So, let's see here. Crazy Mike. Disney having so much land, bring back the backlot tours. Where would they put it? If you actually look at how they installed Galaxy's Edge, it's actually filling in that whole end of the park. The roads go almost right around it, and the only area that they could expand studios is out into the parking lot. So that's about all that they have. So, Julia, I would love that too, as I can't do drops. And drops and I are not friends. It would be interesting because Tower still has long lines. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if they were able to put in a way to have it without the drops. I'd be curious how that would affect the lines. Okay, so let me see here. Nope, that's just... Okay, so we've got Six Flags Over Texas park map. Awesome. Thank you, Brendan. Those are cool. We'll definitely add those to my collection. So, love the park maps, especially since the Cedar Fair chains quit doing park maps. I'm not happy about that. So, Craig, this is for you. Just because I can't sing doesn't mean I won't. I think I need to wear this one in February. That's awesome. So, this is an interesting question. I saw it earlier. What is the cheapest park you have been to? Been reading about small, obscure parks across America. Be fun for you to vlog your experiences at these small, hokey parks. Have you been watching my park tales over the last month and a half? Because we've got 4 little dinky parks. Camden Park is in there. Rye Playland's not a real big park. We got Coney Island in there. The beach in New York. I've got one coming up for Eldridge. Yes, I have been hitting a lot of these. I don't know what you would say is cheapest because they're different. So yeah. There's all sorts of different price points, but when you compare a park that has a dozen rides to something like Disney, well, yeah, the price is cheaper, but it only takes you an hour to do everything. So yeah, Sylvan Beach. Thank you, Craig. But so let's see, Craig. True wording. February 6th might be okay. That's the day that we fly down to Disney. So I definitely got to think about that. Craig, Camden was lowest price for unlimited rides. Yeah, so Camden was not very expensive, but yeah, it's like I say, it's hard to compare. That's like comparing apples, oranges, and plums, because they're all different. And so I'll compare like Universal and Disney because they are much more similar in their standards. Silver Dollar City isn't far behind, but then I would also put some of the others. Oh, okay. So, and Jeff's got a good point here. Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk costs absolutely nothing to get in. Sylvan Beach costs nothing to walk around in. Eldridge Park costs nothing to walk around. So Coney Island doesn't cost anything to walk around. So there are parks that you can actually go to and not pay anything. So, yeah, that would be your cheapest. Of course, you can't ride anything or do anything. But so this is a package from Judy. Let's see. We've got the part for my wife in there. So we'll set that aside. Cardboard. Okay. Oh, and Judy manages to find these things at the store she works at. I can tell you that is going to be popular. And so I've got these things. She sent me some, and I gave some of it away. That's a neat sweatshirt though. Uh, I don't know if it fit my daughter or not. It might. Ooh, this is, let's see. And one of them may steal that. So that is really cute. That's awesome. I love how she gets all this Disney stuff though. There is an original Mickey. And so what I do when I travel now is I actually carry some of this stuff with me. And then if I run into somebody that it fits, I hand it to them. And we are 40 subs away from 30,000. So when I hit that, and if I have money for postage, you'll see me giving away some of this stuff. That one may end up on a kid here. I would say that looks like Megan and Amber's size. That's really cute. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And then one more. Oh. This. I remember when they sold these. These are not cheap shirts. So if you can see, it's got embroidery there. So you've got the glass slipper, you've got the mice, the back. I mean, this is wow. And then on the sleeve, oh, that is a nice shirt. I'll have to see what the ladies want to do with that. Yeah, Megan, I can't even bear how cute that Pooh shirt is. Something tells me Megan's going to be over here raiding some of this stuff. So, Julia, if I want something, I wouldn't mind covering postage. I may have to do that, but keep an eye out. We're, like I said, 40 subs. It may not even be that at the moment. Okay, let me get my current count up. I'm 41 subs away from 30,000. Almost there. So when that happens, I've got some stuff in the works. Was hoping to do it a couple months ago, but we got some neat things coming. So let's see here. All right. So I got one more from Judy, and then I have a box from Craig as well. Oh, wow. Thank you, Sean. Glad to catch another live stream. Will I be talking at all about the coded gestures that characters make when they are in trouble and need to step off stage? I will actually talk about it a little bit. I may not mention... a lot of people know about the hand over the eye, so I'll probably talk about that one, but I won't necessarily talk about some of the others for the same reason I didn't give out radio codes in the video today, because you don't want people knowing necessarily what's going on. So we try not to put those out in the public, but I will talk a little bit about it. I've got a long list of stuff, some of the gestures, costumes, and how they operate, the rotation that they do, and who's in and out, and what it's some of the stuff they put up with guests. It's a fairly detailed thing, trying to cover a lot of the stuff that I haven't really talked about. So it should be really fun. But thank you so much too for that, Sean. I appreciate it. But yeah, I have not done very much Not Safe for Magic. I've done a couple, and then I kind of hid them so that only my patrons get them. Because I do actually have a couple that I've gone into detail that I did initially as a live stream, and then I hid it just for patrons. So if you sign up as a patron or YouTube, you actually get a note that tells you how to do this. And I should probably repost it on the YouTube members too, so they get it. But so close. Okay, so this is a couple more from Judy. And oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm dropping them. Oogie Boogie Bash. Yeah, that'll be fun. So there's an Oogie Boogie. You know what's fun is I actually took a couple of these to my job and gave them away to because she'd sent a bunch of kids' clothes. And so I gave them away to some of the kids that came in, and it was such a neat, fun deal because they came in to do an escape room, and hey, they got a Disney shirt. It was really neat. That is a cool shirt. Oh my goodness. That okay. What size is that one? See if we can hold it up so you can see the size. That is a ladies large. So I have a feeling Megan's going to end up over here because she doesn't live very far away. She's good friends with my daughter. I have a feeling that they're going to be over here going over this. There's another Oogie Boogie tank top, just in time for Halloween. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Judy. I have to admit, there's a part of me that I'm really tempted to keep that one for me. I know it's a lady's shirt, but that's a neat shirt. That is a really neat shirt. That's cool. Okay. Oh, and then she found this on eBay. This fan, let's see. What do I think about Disney's ways of doing the theme park ideas announcement at D23? Sort of a blue sky big idea. Comic-Con started that. So that is kind of why they do it that way. Comic-Con started getting in all the big movie announcements and stuff like that. And Disney wanted to capitalize on it. So they created the D23 convention to be able to do that. And then get, of course, the big fans. They're all screaming and yelling and cheering. Having been to D23 last year, I'm happy I got to go. But honestly, I found there were parts of it that were really cool. The organization of it was not. I like the idea. I wish it was better organized. But I do wish that they weren't throwing around the blue sky big ideas because a lot of them don't happen. And then people are like, but you said. So people can't separate reality from that. Oh, this is cute. This is what Judy found. That is awesome. It's a stormtrooper made out of shoelaces. Okay, I will hang that one up. That's great. eBay. So I'm guessing that whoever sold it makes them. That's really cool. Yeah, that Cinderella shirt is just, that's awesome. Yes, I am a guy that wears pink. I don't mind that. Okay, so we got this from Craig, which I'm gonna open it, but I'm not gonna open it yet. So let's see. You should do a green screen reenactment of how you worked at Disney, like how you talk to guests, and then you can be the guest. It'd be funny. I've tried to do that some, especially with my silly guest videos. It's hard to recreate some of that interaction because the interactions you do as a photographer when people are coming in or with the characters is so much of it is dependent upon that person walking up and actually having that moment. In some ways, it's almost like doing a show where the audience feeds the performers, which then gets the performers going better, which feeds the audience, which feeds the performers. It's this cycle thing. And if you don't have that, it's really hard to get going. It's why if you watch a lot of people when they do YouTube and stuff, if you look at the early videos, and I should totally show you, I should go back and review a couple of my early ones. Learning to talk to a camera is tough. Because it's not a person, they don't interact, and so you have to kind of imagine it. And so when you do stuff like in front of the green screen, it can be hard to do some of that. But it would be fun to show some of the stuff that I used to do, especially as a photographer greeting people. So yeah, it's definitely an idea. It's one I've actually tossed around, and I actually did try to film it once, and it went yeah. So, anyways. Silver Dollar City, Craig, is that a real confession of a theme park worker? There's a throwback to my original videos. Anyway, go watch my first couple of videos and you'll see it. So Monday, I'm going over to Silver Dollar City. I have been talking with the PR people. I've actually been talking with them for a couple years. One of the things I've wanted to do, kind of like I did with the Steam Train, where I did the behind the scenes and talked to the engineers and stuff. I am going to go to the saloon, and I'm going to have an opportunity to sit down with a couple of the ladies and interview them and talk about their experiences, what it's like to rehearse, to practice, their schedule, great memories, bad memories, and things like that. And so I am super excited because I'm going to get at least one, very possibly two behind the scenes of the saloon at Silver Dollar City videos. So here's your opportunity. Everybody who's still on, send me your questions. What do you want to know? What would you like me to ask them? You can put it in the chat. I probably won't get to see it there, but the best way to let me know, send me an email with your questions for them to SirWillow@gmail.com. And I'm going to throw that up in the chat. Let's see. Let's see if I can type. Okay. But yeah, I'm super excited. I've wanted to do this for years. And so I can't wait. So I'm gonna be carrying in my gear, my sound equipment. I'm gonna actually borrow my daughter's laptop because my laptop died. But so I'm gonna carry her laptop in so I can record good sound with my good microphone here. And I'm so stinking excited. So yeah, look for that. Interview be Monday, and then I'll probably start having that in 2 weeks, because next Thursday will be the behind the scenes Not Safe for Magic. But yeah, really, really excited. Let's see here. I hope you enjoy these items from my last few trips. Craig. Oh, this is Craig. I can't believe it. It's paper. And bubbles. Okay, should I pop this? These things pop big time. Josh, any updates on the new Fire in the Hole? I just did a huge update. It'll open next year. That's when you get some more. I'm sorry, I know that's a terrible answer for you. No, they haven't given out any more updates. Really, the next updates for it will be next year when it opens. There are several things in here. Oh boy. Okay, so let's start with the book. Oh, the outdoor amusement. Oh, okay. So when we were on this last trip, one of the things that ended up being ongoing theme besides the whip rides was the carousels, and how many classic carousels we rode, and how all of these parks, the different manufacturers. William Mangles did carousels along with the whips and a number of other rides. Well, we were talking, we realized he wrote a book about the amusement industry, and this is a copy of that book. And wow, yeah, this will be fun reading. So let's see. This was written. Find the copyright here. Let's see. Do we have a copyright date in it? Final printing of the book. I actually don't see a copyright. This has got to be like 1930s when it was printed. I'm sure that this is a reprint, but still, this is amazing. Thank you, Craig. Awesome. Let's see. We have a lanyard. Let's see. Disney Vacation Club member. That's a big lanyard. Wow. Thank you. Let's see. Stay Magical, the Disney Vacation Club. Oh, reminds me, I got to show you guys a couple things from DragonCon too. Annual pass holder magnet. Thank you. Those are great. Let's see. We've got, and then there's the mini one. And we got stickers. Yeah. Thank you, Craig. Those are awesome. I'm holding off on one bag in here. Let's see. So we've got a Trader Sam's stir stick. So let's see here. Okay. So brochures, lots of brochures. And Mike, can you hook the lanyard to the shock collar? No, because I've got that thing still hidden. So, actually, it's Red Flanders. Yes, Red Flanders in the ride. Ned Flanders, which is the guy who designed Branson as his version of Las Vegas. That actually is a local joke. That Branson is Ned Flanders' idea of Vegas. Epcot Food and Wine Festival. Let's see. That is a Disney gift card. I love those. I love how Disney does gift cards in unique ways. And then Epcot brochure. I think I've actually got one of these for every year from the last 7 or 8 years. So thank you for helping keep that up. And let's see here. Oh, Sharon. Remember the boardwalk carousel? Yes. So the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk has a Loof carousel where you catch the ring. The Eldridge Park carousel, which I'm working on getting that video done, is a Loof carousel where you catch a ring. One of the reasons it was so neat, and they resurrected it from the dead. So I can't wait to do that. But the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk has an amazing carousel. One of my favorites, Knoebels, is right up there with it, which we also got to do this summer. So this is all sorts of brochures. Let's see, the Getty. So yes, California, Seaport Village, Ventura County Museums. I've been there. Used to live in that area. Amoeba Music. Awesome. Ronald Reagan Museum, Ripley's, Universal Studios. Thank you, Universal, for still doing brochures. The Santa Barbara waterfront. Sharon's going to be going, ooh. Let's see. Oh, San Diego Zoo. San Diego Zoo Safari Park, which is what used to be the Wild Animal Park. Star Trek Tours, Warner Brothers. Thank you, Craig. Love my brochures. I've had people accuse me of being junk, but there's so much history in that. Cheese Railways. Did I miss any important things about Silver Dollar City or Disney? You need to go back and watch the last hour. Yeah. Okay, so this is a Knott's Berry Farm bag. Oh, but it's not just Knott's Berry Farm stuff. So, for example, we have a Super Nintendo World magnet. The Cyclone magnet. You know, I didn't get that when we were there. Thank you, Craig. Dream It Forward, DVC member. Mario Kart Challenge. I've actually heard that's supposed to be a really cool ride. Oh my. The Knott's Berry Farm 100th anniversary pin. I loved it. I almost bought that when I was there last time and didn't. So thank you. And this. So Craig got to go on the Star Cruiser before it closed. And sent me 2 of the pins that you get. Thank you, Craig. Oh, those are amazing. Awesome. Thank you. You spoil me, Craig. You really do. Mario Kart was really cool. Didn't see the Cyclone magnet when we were there. I didn't either. So that's great. My daughter just went to Disneyland a couple weeks ago, bought me their latest brochures. At least they still have them. Yeah, they're scaled down, but yes, I'm happy they're still there. More interested in Silver Dollar City because you're going there in a few months. So, like I said, I'll be interviewing the Saloon Girls this coming week. Very excited. Yeah. Let's see. By the way, the kids just spent 3 days at Disney. They love the new Star Wars. Galaxy's Edge is the best Disneyland. The only land at a themed area at a park I would put against it. And understand if you don't like that area, but the Harry Potter areas of of Universal Florida. Oh my gosh. Those and Galaxy's Edge are the standards. They're just crazy good. You really feel like you are stepping into those worlds in ways that there isn't any place else. I could spend all day in Galaxy's Edge. Easy. Easy. I feel so many people want to dog it, and I'm like, stop trying so hard to be cool and just enjoy what's there, because it is amazing. So, let's see. Ask cast member over Star Wars. Is this where you ride the AT-AT? Yeah, give those cast members help. They need it sometimes. Chase, get there before the end of the year if you want to ride the original Fire in the Hole. Yes. Original Fire in the Hole closes in December. New one opens next year. So I think that's everything. It's going to be fun seeing what happens with the close, because there's some great stuff there. But thank you guys. Can't think if there's anything else. Please make sure that you get questions in for the Saloon Girls. Drop an email. I'm going to look for those because I want to ask as many of your questions as you can. I'm going to have about an hour to try to catch as much as I possibly can during that time. So, and then, like I said, try to splice it out. So, and if we do it right and I can get great quality stuff, who knows? I might even get 3 episodes out of it. We'll see how much we talk. I don't want to throw a huge hour-long episode on you, but so thank you guys. That shirt's just amazing. And Brendan's shirt. Okay. So, Craig, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Oh, and yes, Josh is mentioning, glad to see you and your wife doing Bible studies. We missed having our time when we were pastoring church and having our online group and everything. So we are doing that again. So if you do want to see a little bit different side of me, Sunday evenings on my personal Facebook page and on my Burning Bush by George Bernash YouTube channel, we do Bible studies. They typically last about 30 to 45 minutes, and I do a free-for-all. I am not afraid of questions. Those questions you're afraid to ask at church of your pastor because they may look at you weird and go, how could you ask such a thing? I'm game for them. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you join us. If you're not, that's okay too. But we thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's been fun. I'm blessed. I really am. And I hope I've been a blessing to you as well. So thank you so much. Look for the behind the scenes stuff coming up and some great stuff. Oh, and the Delta Museum too. I got a Park Tales coming up for the Delta Air Museum. I know. What? You'll have to wait and see. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.